Scoot's proved me wrong in terms of I already didn't think he was a generational talent. That was the thing I was always questioning. But at a certain point in the season, it looked like, was he even an NBA player? I'm just glad that he's improved to the point to where I'm like, okay, yeah, he had to figure it out. Everybody's not gonna come in day one and get it straight out the mud. Some guys gotta learn on a job, gotta develop, gotta get comfortable. It's absolutely fine. I'm glad he got comfortable because this would have been a nasty summer of propaganda pushing by me if he didn't.
After 1 year though,
I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not seeing it.
We're talking about Scoot?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'll be honest, since Shaden Sharp went out, I haven't watched as many Portland games as I anticipated. But when I do watch, it seems like the only time he can be impactful is if he's making threes. Like he still can't finish around the rim consistently. The in-between game is still not there. He's not a very good ball handler. The playmaking is pretty reserved to either hitting a pocket pass to DeAndre Ayton, or he picks up his dribble in the middle of the lane and just kicks out to someone. His processing speed is very slow. He can't defend without fouling. And the only time he looks impactful as a scorer is if he's making threes. Like I said, so if you look at all the games where Scoot Henderson scored well, I'm pretty sure it would just be because he made a few threes. But we know Scoot can't shoot.
Right.
So if he has games where he makes a few threes, we know that's not an indicator of who he is. That's him getting hot for a game. Right. And that's where the concern is. If he was having games where he was getting downhill, getting into the teeth of the defense and finishing, I'm like, yeah, that's what Scoot was projected to be. So I can see that that's a pathway to continue. But if I see a bad shooter make a couple threes, that's not a sign of this is who he is. That's a sign of a bad shooter getting hot. And I'll relate it to Jalen Green. The reason I was moved by the streak of Jalen Green that he went on recently is because he was doing it while not shooting crazy numbers from three. He was doing it 36%, 37%. That's sustainable. There's a way to continue that because we don't need you to shoot 55% from three to score well. With Scoot Henderson, it seems to be he needs to be shooting upper 40s from three to have a good scoring game. That's not who he is. That's not who he's ever been. And I think if you watch him, that's still not who he is. He just gets hot. So I'm like, I don't think that's a sign of future success more than he's just having a few good games shooting the ball when teams are letting him shoot. He hasn't improved to me in the areas that he was meant to be good at coming in. And I'm not saying he's a bust because he's a rookie. I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm saying I haven't seen him turn the corner that other people seem to be thinking he's turned for me because he still has the same flaws. He just made some threes in those games. That's why I'm at with it.
So Mars, when you're trying to figure something out, right? You're new at this job, whatever it is. When you're trying to figure something out, if something is working, which more times than not, this isn't what you're known for. If that's working, isn't that something that you would stick with?
Yeah, but if you think his 3-point shot is sustainable,
okay, well, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I'll tell you why, Mars, is because number one, I just got the job. It's not like I'm in year 7 or year 8. I just got the job, which means that at some point I am going to improve at this. Me getting downhill, me getting downhill, me being able to pass. I heard John Wall talk to Isaiah Thomas about how difficult it was his rookie year, how difficult it was for him, how he had no clue how to pass out of the double team, how whenever the double team came, the first thing he would do was retreat. He didn't think about attacking the double team. He didn't think about getting off the ball fast. He said the first thing he did whenever the double team came, he would retreat and put the ball over his head, which is a no-no. And the reason why he did that is because I'm new. I don't know how to do this just yet. I don't know how to read defenses in the NBA. I only played 1 year in college. Scoot, on the other hand, I'm going with what's working right now. Okay, so I knocked down a couple of threes. Okay, this is going to keep me engaged in the game. Later on, when my ball handling improves, later on, when my vision improves, when I start to learn the offense a little bit better, when I learn these things, then my game is going to improve. And I got to give him time to do that because, once again, Mars, I just got the job. It's not like I've been here 4 or 5 years where, okay, this is probably who this guy is. He's never going to be a great long ball shooter. He's never going to be a downhill guy finishing at the rim. So at some point, we have to give these guys time to figure out who they actually are.
Yeah, that's why I'm not calling him. You want to go ahead, Dom? I'll speak up.
I just wanted to speak on the thing with Scoot. It's fine if you want to compare him to a guy like John Wall, who was a one and done, was a young guy coming into the league, played that 1 year in college, and then played in the pros. Scoot Henderson played in the G League for 2 years before coming to the pros. So to me, he definitely should have spent more time than the average 19-year-old rookie guard in the league learning these skills, developing these things that we're talking about right now, at least to a point to where we can't sit there and say, okay, well, yeah, this is the same problem John Wall had. It was the same problem any temporary super athletic or athletic point guard that came out of 1 year of school. I'm not going to say the G League thing didn't work, but I am disappointed. That's why my expectations were so low in the beginning for Scoot, because I don't understand how you start at 17 playing pro style ball and you don't take the most advantage of it. Like, you don't take the most advantage of that opportunity. I would think if you spend 2 years, I want to say you voided a year of high school and then didn't go to college for a year to just play G League ball, not just the point of being in G League games, the training that comes with it, the free time you have like an actual professional basketball player. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to do these other things. You can just focus on your craft. I would think from 17, he would have been honing his skills to be able to hand the ball in transition, in a double team, attacking the team with the defense, developing his shot. I would think those things would have been worked on while he was in the G League, and they weren't. So when Mars said he didn't turn the corner, that he doesn't see him turning the corner, that other people see him turning it, I don't either. In terms of what I've heard people say about him, he's still not that player. But for me, I'm just based on my evaluation of who I thought he was going to be, my evaluation of what I seen initially, I'm happy to see is working out. Because at first, it wasn't even like it was working out. The kid was injured. The kid was looking really bad, like he could not, like he was unplayable, damn near people was making it seem like. So I'm glad he's defeating the straight off bust notion, the straight off unplayable notion. I'm glad of that for him, because I don't want to see no brothers go out there and just not get an opportunity or squander something like this. So I'm glad he's able to play. So when I say he's definitely improved, my improvements are based off the fact of, when I say he's improved, I'm talking from he's not dog water. He just needed glasses, and now he realizes where he can get in and fit in.
That has helped.
For that. Now, I will say, Mars, in terms of comparing him to the field, compared to other guards in his draft, guards from a year or two before he got in the league where he was picked in the lottery, yes, it's a lot to be desired. He still got some work to do. I'm not ready to write him off yet, though, because of the things he has picked up the pace with in terms of having these good games. I'm able to give him a little more time, because if he just finishes first year completely trash, I mean, I know it's just 1 year. I know he's young. I know he can develop. I'm going to talk about him like he's killing in A's. After 1 year, I am, until you show me something else.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.